Okay, everyone, welcome to Minecrafting Families. Everyone having a good time at MINECON this year so far? Good? All right. Right on. So, my name is David Packman. I'm a friend of Mojang's, and they asked me to moderate this panel to talk about many of the issues that both we as parents and you as kids face in maintaining a great relationship with your families through Minecraft, and some of the issues that come up with families who play. I run my own server, and my family plays Minecraft. These are my 3 Minecraft children and my wife, who is the least active player in the family, but still has been pushed into playing. The game was discovered in our family by my oldest daughter, who's now 12, and all of us play. So I'll tell you a little bit about us later. But right now, I thought we could go down and introduce the other panelists, and they're going to tell you a little story about how their families came to become Minecrafting families. We'll start with you, Andrea.
Hi, everyone. I am Andrea Mastalone, and I am the mom to Crush 100, otherwise known as Mama Crush, my 9-year-old son who brought Minecraft into our family. I am very happy to be here talking about families in Minecraft and how we integrate through the ages, and that the age barrier is dropped with Minecraft, because that's a big thing for me. And I am starting a conversation, a movement, something called Level Up Mothers. And my site is under construction, levelupmothers.com, but it's all about how we can support our families, our kids, our parents in taking things to a new level, gaming and getting rid of ageism. And that's about it.
How do you guys play Minecraft together as a family?
Okay. My mother took Philip when he was 2 and put him on her knee and said, "Come on, we're going to play some solitaire in front of a computer." And he started on the computer then. And I was like, no way. I don't want any screens for my child, because I come from a holistic health background, massage therapist, 25 years, no GMOs, no screen time, no electric waves on my kid. Well, things have changed drastically. Philip got introduced to Minecraft over a year ago and started playing, couldn't break a block, and figured it out how to find YouTubers who taught him how to play the game. So on his own, he self-taught. He begged me to get an account and become Mama Crush, so we play on servers together occasionally, but mostly what I do is I make sure he has food available. I bring him out for sunlight and stretches, and he laughs, he cries, he yells, he curses, and I just take joy in everything that he learns in front of that game. And more will be revealed as we go on. Right on.
Thank you. Ethan, do you want to introduce your family?
My name is Lachlan. This is Miss Lachlan, and little Ethan. I'm Ethan. This is Heather and Ethan. And we're known as...
Get a little closer to the mic.
Oh, yeah. Hi. I'm sorry. I should have known how to do this by now. All right, cool. My name is Lachlan. This is Miss Lachlan, and that's little Ethan. And we're known as the Lachlan family, or better known as Minecraft WB on YouTube for Minecraft Family Adventures. We've been playing Minecraft for 4 years, about 4 years, and since Alpha. And I found it first, and then I told him about it, and he started playing it, and we started doing YouTube videos together called Father and Son Minecraft Adventures. That's what it was. And then she started going, "What are you guys playing over there?" And we're like, "Oh, this is Minecraft." At first she's like, "I don't want to play that." And then all of a sudden she saw how much fun we were having, and she's like, "I want to try that out." And so she got on there and tried it out, and then it became Minecraft Family Adventures with the Lachlan family. And we've been doing it ever since. And it's a blast. We have a lot of fun doing it. We just grow with it as Minecraft grows, and it's a lot of fun. It really brought us a lot closer together as a family, because you always look for that happy medium where you can be like, "Hey, I want to spend time with my kids and my wife," and we all get on a server together, and we just build and blow things up and just have a great time. So, yeah. You want to say something?
I don't know what to say.
I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I really think that we have a lot of fun together, and it has brought us closer. And it has actually taught me a lot about them as individuals as well. Just being able to see that, I sit there and I kill all the animals. I kill pigs, all the animals, just to get the food. And they're like, and everybody's like, "Who's the
mom?
It is. I'm the mom, And we each have our own role in playing Minecraft, and so yeah.
That's cool.
All right, so we'll get him to talk. We'll get some questions out of him. We got some questions for him. So the one question I get repeatedly from any new parent who's experiencing their child starting to play Minecraft is, how do I get them to stop? Right? I mean, because when a kid gets into Minecraft, I think everyone knows that it can become immediately all-consuming. So this is true of many video games, but in particular Minecraft, where days and weeks could go by, and they will miss school and never come out of their room or wherever your computer is. So I'd like to ask the panelists, can you talk a little bit about your thoughts of handling the intensity around the game? Do you have rules or limits in your family? How do you deal with that?
The way we do it, or do you want to go, Andrew? Go ahead. The way we do it is regular parenting. School comes first. Everything comes first before it. There's no special abilities just because we're a YouTube family and he gets to go record. He's got to do his homework, and that's what's got to happen first. I'm far away from it again, but okay. But that's honestly, we don't limit him. He does his stuff. He gets A's and B's, and so he does his thing, and we let him have his freedoms, and that's about it. Now, if he wasn't doing that, and if it was a different story, he would not be doing Minecraft. It would just be me and my wife. I mean, that's the truth. I'm being honest. I'm being honest. You can't do that. You can't you can't go, well, hey, you're a YouTube family and you gotta record anyways and just forget your homework. You can't do that. It's not a cool thing to do. So yeah.
Well, we deal with it. We deal with it another way. Philip has access to the game because, to me, the game is educational. The game gives everything he needs because he's passionate about it. And I see that as a thing that he must do, not a thing that he must stop. And I feel awful stopping him in the middle of something that I see as important and he sees as important. So what I do is I make sure that he has healthy food. I do ask him to eat meals with us and try to get him in bed by midnight. I know this sounds crazy to you, but that's important to me, that he's happy with what he's doing and what he's getting. I really don't ask him to stop. What I do is make sure he's food and make sure he's fun things to do to stop. So I'm like, we're going to the ocean. We're going swimming. We're going to the rodeo. And I take him from that through providing something that's also interesting, not something that's uninteresting. Having boundaries in other ways, it doesn't really fit for me because I'm a homeschooler, and Minecraft is part of our curriculum.
Awesome.
So I have to, I'm really grateful because it's awesome. It has everything. That's it.
Cool.
I wish I grew up in that family.
Yeah, me too.
So we have we've put limits on no computer gameplay during school days. I'm usually Monday through Thursday. I think Friday after school and the weekends is how we handled it. Another question that comes up for many is, all right, well, once I've determined some limits or not on how much time they're going to spend, what's really going on? If they're single player, I know that things are pretty safe and not, maybe they're, killing some zombies, but big deal compared to the other more violent video games. But what happens when they go multiplayer? How can I, have some protection against either profanity or just mean-spiritedness? How have you guys dealt with that over the years?
I'm a mature person, so he hears it all the time. So I don't know how to say that any different. He knows what's wrong and he knows what's right, and You know, even though I don't have the cleanest mouth in the world, but I don't know what to say. I don't block him from that. So he just goes on those servers. Yeah, here, buddy.
Ethan, could you tell us what happens when you go on servers where there's a bunch of bad stuff going on?
What do you mean by bad stuff? Like,
Well, let's start with bad words.
I just like ignore it.
And what about bad behavior? Like if you're you're in creative, you're building something, and someone's griefing you.
I get kind of upset about it. I report it to an admin that they do that because like if someone works really hard on something, they grief it. It's just messed up.
Do you guys run your own server?
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that? Who's allowed to play on it? What the rules are?
Well, most of my servers, like I have a Twitch sub server. Those are people who support me directly on Twitch, so they pay to get on that server, and they're paying because it's an exclusive environment for them to be on, and it's very controlled, very, very, very controlled.
You have moderators.
I have a lot of moderators and admins that are on there, and plus the thing is we don't let just anybody on there. So that's the reason. So it's a very controlled environment. So it's not a bad. Like if something happens where somebody comes on and does something, they get banned.
So your server is not just pay, but it's also whitelisted, basically.
It's whitelisted.
Okay. So there's a consequence
And
to
we have our
misbehavior.
own private servers too that we just play on.
Just for the
nobody
three.
else.
Maybe we'll all try to get on that one. Tell us a little bit about how you deal with that.
I want to get onto his server. I like the idea of limits with servers, although I haven't been able to do it because I don't know the game well enough. And my son finds servers, and he has, I will never forget the first time, he was in his computer's in our living room, so I hear everything. So he starts to cry and cry, I mean deep crying. And I'm like, just get up, walk away, what happened? You know, I want to console this guy, and he's like, no, Mom, I have to stay in this. He's laughing now. Somebody I think had griefed him or whatever, bashed his stuff, and no, it was called spawn killing. So every time he came in, they killed him, and he couldn't move from the place, and he was totally out of his mind. And at that moment, I thought, do I turn it off, or do I support my kid and love my kid? Because my kid is human; he can handle emotion. This is not a newfangled thing. If he's upset, it's in our DNA that we know how to cry and kind of get through it. So I didn't stop it. And he got through it, and you know what? He learned how to not do that somehow. He learned how to kind of navigate the waters that I quite honestly don't think kids are allowed to navigate waters like that. And I think it's wonderful that they can do it at home, where there's a safe environment, where you can say, support them, or what does that word mean, or what is he saying, or how do you spell that, you know? And I give him the spelling, and we talk about what that guy might have been saying, but the truth is, it's, you know, it's material for learning, and it's material for growing in the world that we do live in. We don't live in worlds where people are very nice. Worlds. Did you hear that? Worlds. I'm gonna stop there.
So we put up our own server at first just to play together as a family. We did it actually because Clara asked for Minecraft on Father's Day 3 years ago, and it was a Sunday. I remember it well. It was Father's Day, and they started playing, and Sam got it too, and the two of them were playing in single player mode, and I didn't know anything about the game, but I wanted to see what they were doing because I had to pay for it. What, you paid for it? Okay. I don't think you paid me back yet. And so I figured, well, there must be a way for them to play together, and we figured out how to do multiplayer mode. We threw up a server, and I started playing with them. I was leaving for California that night for business, and the plane had Wi-Fi, and I was dying to sort of play. The connection wasn't good enough on the plane, but when I got to California that night, the three of us were playing multiplayer and chatting, and it was, you know, not as rich media as Skype or FaceTime, but we were still connected, and we were we were mining together, and it was an incredible experience. I remember it very, very well, and that was the beginning of sort of our Minecraft journey. What I was going to tell you was that led to us eventually making that server not fully public. We made a whitelisted server, and we just started inviting other folks in the neighborhood, friends of our kids, who were also Minecrafters, to play on the server. And the consequence of misbehaving, we made the rules very clear. We put up a bunch of signs. You can only break what you make, and no swear words, and just behave like you would want to be treated. And 90% of the kids did, and 10% didn't, and we kicked them. And we warned them first and reminded them of the rules, and eventually we kicked them. But the server got quite popular, and we got phone calls from parents in the event that and very few kids were kicked off, but one or two or three. I remember getting a phone call from one of the parents like, "Hey, what happened? Why isn't my kid allowed to play on your server anymore?"
Wow.
And the hard thing is, what do you say? So we found a diplomatic way to say, "Hey, look, we have some rules, and I can tell you what the rules are, and we don't want to be tattletales or anything, but your kid didn't follow the rules, and we have a couple strike policies, just didn't work out." And most conscientious parents would say, "Oh my God, what happened? Can you tell me what happened?" And so I didn't want to email the logs, over to them, but you can. I mean, everything that's said in chat is recorded in those logs, and kids a bunch of kids would say, "I never did that," or "We installed log block on the server to find out who was griefing," and if a kid griefed and you said, "Hey, why'd you blow up Sam's house?" They said, "I didn't do that." I said, "Well, log block doesn't lie, it tells you that you did." So
Yep.
I would say we kind of dealt with it the way humans deal with conflict, and the server has a reputation of being a very family-friendly server, and I think that's put a lot of other parents' minds at rest that, hey, if you want to play multiplayer, particularly for younger kids, you can go on the Pac-Man server, because we know there's no swearing there, and there's no really bad stuff going on. And there are more family-friendly servers like that, and I think that's a great way for those of you in the room who are just getting started with kids with Minecraft, to sort of hook them up with multiplayer environments.
Awesome.
Would you guys talk a little bit about how you interface with YouTube? One question I get a lot is, my kids started playing tons of Minecraft, which is awesome, but now they're watching literally hours a day, or anytime they can get that computer open, of YouTube videos about Minecraft. It started with just a way to kind of get to know how to play the game, but now they discovered Sky and you and everyone else, and this is an alternative to television, really. I mean, they're watching it.
It's going to take over TV.
Will you talk about that?
What do you want me to touch on with that? Because how we control him from watching YouTube?
No, well, first tell us a little bit about your experience of becoming a Minecraft YouTuber. And,
okay, well, I started in the beginning. I started in the very beginning, and I had a website called MinecraftWB.com. We were the largest information portal in the world for Minecraft at one point. And we ran one of the largest servers ever back in the day. This was way before anybody had anything to do with Minecraft, because no one saw that, oh, this game was going to be really popular. And me and my buddies got onto it, and we're like, hey, this game's going to be really cool. Because when I first played Minecraft, when I first saw it, my friend's like, dude, you got to check out Minecraft. And I'm all, okay, cool. And I'm a game designer, so I do a lot of stuff. I've been doing it for 14 years. I've been a game designer. And so I make everything look pretty, really pretty. And when he shows me this, I go, you're joking, right? And he goes, no, I'm serious. You got to play this. I said, whatever. And I just pushed it to the side. And so then one night, she was gone, and I was at home, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to boot up. Let's see what Minecraft is. So I turn it on, and I get in there, and it's daytime. And I'm like, all right, cool. You punch some wood and this and that. And I'm like, all right, this is all right. This is kind of cool. Then it's nighttime. All of a sudden, you hear, and I'm all, what is that? So then at that point, they're like, you hear these arrows ping, flying by your head, and you're going, what is this? So I dig a hole into a side of a mountain, and I kid you not, I'm 37 years old. I kid you not, I dig a hole into a side of a mountain, and I'm just sitting there, and I have one block like this and a hole right here, and all I can see is darkness, and all I hear is, and I'm like, what is this? And I'm telling them, and they're like, what are you talking about? And it was that, there it is, right there, that noise. I just got shivers. That from that point on, and then when I discovered Redstone, it was over. It was completely over, because I just love, for me as a game guy, it's like when you find a hidden system inside of a game, it's like finding a secret treasure. So like Redstone, for you guys who don't know Redstone, it's based on logic gates for computers. Computers run off of logic. And you can build some really cool stuff in it. And once I found that, I was hooked. And so as I started doing that, I was like, you know what? I want it to be really cool to start doing tutorials on this stuff. So I started doing Redstone tutorials, just little ones, how to make a rave dance floor and how to make like automatic doors. And I was one of the first guys to ever do this, and he knows that. We've been around a long time. And I really, really fell in love with it. And then I started doing a single player series called it was a Let's Play, and I never knew what a Let's Play was. And then I said, are you serious? People watch you play these things? And then I'm thinking to myself, I'm just gonna play the game. And all of a sudden, I started getting views and subscribers, and I'm thinking, what am I doing here? I'm just playing a game. And then me and him started it, and then it just went, my son right here. When we did Father and Son Adventures, everybody, like, I mean, the messages that we would get is, I wish my parents would play with me. You guys are so awesome. And I mean, all the time we would hear this, and it was just like, wow, like we're really affecting people.
Yeah.
You know, go ahead.
Okay. I think the biggest thing for us was that getting messages and emails from, or through or even comments of how we impact other people's lives or save their lives. There were so many messages that we got of people that were at rock bottom, about to commit suicide, and about to, they didn't know a way out. And here we are as a family working together, making them laugh, making their day. And to me, that's, what we're here for.
Yeah.
We're here for our fans. We're here for, and we're family strong, and that's like our saying is family strong FS. And for us, we lost our son about 8 years ago, our youngest son. And so that's, for us to be able to get past that and be, a family unit and able to move on with our lives, it was huge. So for us to be able to impact other families to make sure that they don't lose their child like we did, it means a lot.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually we got a note from a guy, and he said that he was going to commit suicide. And you get them. I know you get them, and you guys get them over there, and you get it all the time. Well, this guy we actually just had at my house. Like, he became a friend of ours. Like, we had a meetup in Texas, in San Antonio, and he flew in from Canada for 5 hours to see us at our meetup. And to me, that blew my mind. I was just completely like, wow. And he said, the reason why I came here is because you guys were the ones that made it so I didn't kill myself. I was like, are you kidding? Like, at that point, when somebody tells you that, you just go, I can't believe that we're affecting people like this. And so then me and him, like, after that point, I was like, I got to become friends with this guy. And we became really good friends. And he was just at our house just last week for 3 days. Like, and I thought that was amazing to be able to do that. And so, yeah, it's crazy. So we're not going to take up too much more time.
That's amazing.
But, yeah, we have a massive amount of
Amazing.
information.
We're going to come back to more of that. That's incredible. Does your son make videos and upload them to YouTube?
Not yet.
Not yet? You watch a lot? One question or one topic that we should talk a little bit about just is some of the educational benefit of Minecraft. It's not just a game where you kill some zombies, but the creative mode side and the opportunities to build obviously are an essential part of the game. Could we talk a little bit about the types of architecture that you've seen built? I mean, the fire epic builds are some of the most incredible things ever created. I'll share a story, too, about some of the structures my kids have done. But can you talk a little bit about the building side?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, bud.
Well, I actually use Minecraft to do my school projects. Like, I used to do some math projects, social studies projects, and science projects. And it's really cool because I asked my teacher, hey, can I make my project on Minecraft? And he was like, sure. So I made a video, recorded it, and then put it on a flash drive and stuff. And I got a lot of credit for it because it's above and beyond.
So you did that at home? You
Yeah.
did it at home, and you videoed it.
Yes.
You took the video to school and showed it to your teacher?
Yes.
He actually went to his teacher and he said, hey, can I do my project in Minecraft? Yeah, he actually went to his teacher. He went to his teacher and said, can I do my project in Minecraft? And when he told me that, I was like, are you serious? You asked him if you can do, and he goes, and they let him. Like, they were open-minded enough to say, yeah, go ahead, do your project in Minecraft. We live in San Antonio, Texas, and he actually rebuilt the whole entire Alamo and the whole entire thing before it was, you know, how it is today. But he built the whole thing, just everything, and it just blew him away. They shared it throughout the whole entire school. It was awesome.
I also, for science, I built a gigantic museum with this, like, creature in it with bones and stuff and some other things. But the main thing I want to talk about is I actually started a video game club at school. So we got Minecraft and everything in it. It's really cool. But yeah.
You started a
Talk
petition?
about
Yeah, we started a petition. We had to get like 30 signatures, 4 sponsors. It was crazy. But we finally made it.
amazing. Talk about building.
Philip.
Yeah, we were
That's
supposed to
okay.
talk about building the whole time.
Oh, building. I think it's a
It
Billy.
was education.
It's a Billy. Okay. Philip likes to build sculptures. He's really artistic. I mean, and the first things that I remember were do you call it pixelated version? See, I'm not a player of
Pixel art.
Minecraft like these guys, but he would take, like, he made Steve really super big in the world. What do you call that?
Pixel art.
Pixel art. He does pixel art.
Yeah.
And so he takes the scale and he makes it huge. And he would do, like, the basic guy, Steve, and then he started to do other stuff, and then he started to do hearts. And he does art and sculpture that I didn't even know was in him, because he's always liked Lego. So I think he's more science, math, engineering. But art is coming through Minecraft like I'd never seen before. And it doesn't stop, and he will work until it's done, which I think is perseverance, you know, an eye for excellence. I mean, if it's not right, he breaks the blocks and tries it again, and breaks the blocks and tries it again, and continues until he sculpts it the way he wants. So what I see being able to be built in there, and, you know, we're talking about, I don't know, a 9-year-old guy being able to use this palette to really move in a direction that I don't know what else gives you that. I mean, we have, I wanted to say millions, but probably thousands of Lego in our house. And they go to a certain extent, you know what I mean? This is a whole nother medium to work through. But I did want to say one thing about YouTube, because I didn't, YouTube videos were and still are the mentors for my son. He accesses them, he knows these guys, like, he saw them walking, he was like, that's Aunt Venom, that's Sunday, that's this guy. I mean, he's picking them off. You know, I don't know, because I don't play the game, right? But what I want to say about that is the age barrier is broken. He can access mentors who are 20-something. No, I think they might go into the 30s. I'm not really sure. 30-somethings. Kids his own age, whatever he wants. And if somebody's boring, he turns it off and he switches to somebody else. And if he likes somebody and he's gaining information, he can continue with them. So for me, YouTube levels the playing field. We all have access to the same information, whether we're 9 or over 9.
I wanted to make sure that we took some questions if you've got them. We've got plenty more we can talk about, but want to make sure we stay on topic. Anyone have any questions? Yeah.
For your son, you say he likes to watch YouTube videos. How do you feel about YouTubers that are not PG in their videos?
Yeah, I think PG is a big deal. And had I known that family-friendly servers existed, I would have gone that route. Honestly, I did not know. He's the leader, and he has shown me the way in. And it really wasn't until pretty recently that we started to find out that, or that I started to find out that there were family-friendly servers. So when they're not PG, I just stay open about it, and I don't steer him from that. I say, okay, all right. If I say to him, if you talk like that to other kids and their parents hear you, their parents aren't going to want you to be their kid's friend. So just know that. And he doesn't talk like that outside the house.
That's one of the biggest challenges, I think, for parents of younger kids in the entire Minecraft community is the profanity in videos on YouTube. And so they're not a good way to flag it today. There's nothing reliable or trustworthy. And so, for us, it becomes teachable moments. The kids know bad words when they hear them, and they know not to watch them. But, it's too late. They've heard it, but, that's going to happen. But I think it is one of the weaknesses of the YouTube community in its inability to do some flagging for us as parents, and at least help them subscribe to YouTube content creators who are a little bit more family friendly. There are quite a few, but it requires you to do some work.
On that note there, is there a listing or a site of a family-friendly YouTubers list that we could use?
Have you seen that? I have not.
I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That's a really good
Let's
idea.
create
really
one.
great
That's
idea.
not hard to do.
Keep that for yourself. That's a good idea. Seriously.
Just to give us options, because
Because there should be some type of catalog.
out there, it's just
I agree. Yep, it's a weakness. Yes, sir.
not only YouTube videos, but is there a list of servers that are family-friendly?
So I've seen them. If you Google family-friendly Minecraft servers, there are a bunch of forum posts, usually in the Minecraft forums, where people have tried to do that. They change rapidly. You're all welcome. I opened up our server off of we took the whitelist off for this conference. So you're all welcome to come play responsibly on the Pacman Minecraft server, which is pacman.minecraft.com, and we take suggestions from you. Yep.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, this whole guy's been playing probably about a year now, and I have to say, the only disappointment I had with Minecraft, we've been playing on various servers, was the fact that different families have different ideas on what isn't age appropriate. So for, I guess from 7-year-old, he can be playing. He does have his computer in the living room right there, in the center of the family. But I've been surprised a couple of times with some YouTube videos and with some of the chats going on. You really have to watch your own children because you can't make assumptions about what, like I said, other families, view favorably.
I think it's great advice. One thing that's going to help with this is Minecraft Realms. So this is, the one thing I hear from tons of parents is, well, I don't have a computer science degree. I can't run my own server. I don't have time to run it all the time. Minecraft Realms built into the game, and that will let your kids start their own server, essentially, or take their world that they're currently working on and invite other people to play in a really easy and probably low-cost way. And so that'll help a little bit. There'll probably be some whitelist ability there. And you can sort of supervise on a play date basis, right? Who's playing with you as opposed to making it open and public. Sam, you have a question or a comment? It's my son, Sam. Thank you. Minecraft.pacman, Pakman.com. Thank you, Sam. I got it wrong. Know my own domain name. Yes, we got that question 2 years ago. Which kid's going to take that? Which kid can tell us? Come on up here. How do you get your parents to play?
Personally, I got my dad to play by constantly playing it and inviting him to play until he finally just gave up and decided to play.
Persistence. That's
Great. Anyone else have a little story about that?
I just showed my mom it, and then we ended up getting a little account, and she started playing.
awesome.
That's good. Anyone use bribery, love, kisses, that kind of thing? Come on, tell us.
Your dad.
You can keep your Minecraft bags on. Okay.
Really, all I do is just show them, describe the game, and then they'll just get into it, and that'll help them.
I think one other thing is it's not just a game, right? It's really an activity. And I think some parents hear, a video game? I don't really want to go play that with my kid. But it's as we all know, Minecraft is a whole lot more and different than a video game.
What have you used Minecraft as an educational tool? What valuable lessons have you taught your children being a homeschool?
Yeah. The beauty of Minecraft is that I don't have to teach. Because in Minecraft, there is abstract math, there's a lot of geometry, there's even science. They brew potions, like they have to memorize formulas to get, do you play? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, you know more than I know, but what I saw was that my son could calculate formulas. Now, abstract math, from what I know, is formulas and building things out of other things. These are concepts that go forward, and it's how using them in context. That's educational as we see it. So I love Minecraft because it's so rich in all of it: science, math, art, all of it. So I don't have to do much. And it worries me a little bit when they want to use it as an educational tool, because I feel like the freedom in Minecraft is what gives the kids the love, because there's no lesson. There's no, you're going to be tested on those formulas. He memorizes them because he needs them, not because somebody needs him to know them. So that, for me, is a big plus.
Many parents have told me that their kids learn to type because of Minecraft, right? A lot of people nodding. And in the case of our middle child, Sam, and I think soon our youngest, Eloise, it's giving them motivation to learn to read. Because how else do you keep up with the chat going on? It's very powerful. Question here.
Here, I'll give you this. You guys can pass this.
Has the game had a negative impact on their social lives?
Yeah, as far as obviously they're communicating and interacting with other kids virtually, but maybe not so much as in person. And I was just wondering if how you guys
Sort of a
feel.
virtual play versus in real life experience.
Right, because I think that they both have, their values, and, kids need to also learn how to be around people actually standing next to them too. So I was just wondering your thoughts on that.
Well, something like that happened to me. I was playing Minecraft with my friends, and he got killed by me because we were playing Hunger Games, and he got upset, and then because we broke up as friends, and it's something like that could just be why do I keep saying that? But what I was saying is, if you have a friend and you're playing with them, it's just a game. Don't think it's your friendship that's,
Do you want anything?
Yeah, please. I think the social aspect of Minecraft, if your kids are in servers, whether they're family friendly or servers that you choose, really gives them the opportunity to be extremely social. And the newest thing in my home is Skype. It used to be telephone. My son would call his friend on the phone, and they'd be on speakerphone because they didn't have cameras. And they'd play in a server together so they could see each other and hear each other. A lot of social interaction. Now he's got friends in different parts of the country and overseas. Did you want to say something? Go ahead.
Well, as on that particular issue, whenever I find Dylan playing with someone on the game, and I'm like, who are you playing with? And he's, it's my friend. I'm like, what's your friend's name? I don't know. This is his username. I'm like, well, then he's not your friend if you don't know his name. Yeah, and I feel like that's even kind of a safety issue. Even if it is a family-friendly server, it could be somebody that's not necessarily a good person. And so I don't like him giving out, personal information, blah, blah, blah. So I feel like it's not quite the same type of socialization that I'm meaning. I'm talking about interacting with kids that he goes to school with,
Yeah.
playing outside, learning how to deal with conflict and emotion and, normal human interaction that happens in the real world versus only over the computer.
I'm going to respond because I think, I'm my child's mother, and
Right.
I take great care to provide him with knowledge to make good decisions.
Right.
Everybody in the playground is not nice.
Of course
Nor
not.
do I want him to be friends with them just because they are in the playground together.
Oh, no.
He
of course not.
chooses pretty well, and I also know your concern about, is there a predator at the other end, And I will never know who's at the other end. I tell my kid, don't give out your name, don't give out your address, don't give out your phone number. But on the other hand, when we're in some chats, I'm giving out my name, and I'm connecting with parents. So meeting strangers is important. You guys are all strangers to me. So doing it safely is important, but the part about real friendships or real interactions, for little kids, to me it starts with the family. You're the person that he interacts with most of the time until he's, 9, 10, 11. Then young kids don't really
Right, well,
want
My
this
son,
friendship
he's
business.
11, so I feel like he should be starting to form some more.
These
Deeper
are all the decisions that as parents we
Right,
deal with,
exactly.
and I think everyone handles them a little bit differently, and I think we're all experimenting a little bit because there's no right answer.
No, I agree.
And I think as Minecraft parents, many of us find that there's more benefit than there is downside to playing the game
Oh,
and
for
interacting with
sure.
others. And that balance of screen time and in real life versus virtual, I think there's no good set of answers. I will say that our kids have become friendly. I'm sure this is common with kids around the world because they play on multiplayer servers. Meredith is fond of saying she wakes up in the morning and it's 5 hours. We live in New York. It's 5 hours or 6 hours ahead in England. And our kids often use Skype also. So they're Skyping in real time while they're playing on the server. And a couple of English kids play on the server. And Meredith comes in to the kitchen in the morning, gets her cup of coffee, and hears this adorable 9 or 10-year-old boy in his English accent talking to Sam, and says, "Good morning, Monk. Good morning, Tree. Oh, hello, Mrs. Pac-Man. Good morning." So it's this incredible multicultural experience just from sitting and playing on a multiplayer server.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the positives.
Have Minecraft parties at your house.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of work.
Just provide Wi-Fi. That was what we did, and it
Right.
works.
What I want to say is times are changing, and they're changing big time. I grew up the way that you're talking. My mom and dad, go outside, go play with your friends. And you'd go outside and you go play with your friends. And now it's like, everybody's got a phone, everybody's texting everybody right now on the phone, and like that's our lives. That's what we do. And it's kind of sucks and it's sad at the same time. But what he just said about Skype is it gives you the ability. Like when I was growing up, I was Ethan's age, I never talked to anybody from England or China or Japan, and now I interact with everybody, and so doesn't he. And you gotta, and to each is their own. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I'm not saying anybody's doing anything wrong, but it's like what she said also, you'll never know who's on that other end. I'm me, I know who's on, I find out. I'm just that type of, I find out, and I know who they are, and actually become good friends with them, and I've met a lot of my best friends that are back here in this row online. And so that's, for me, I've had great experiences. But it's always going to take that one bad experience and it's going to ruin it for everybody else. Because yet, knock on wood, it hasn't happened yet. But I'm just saying, is it going to happen? We don't know. And you can't, I don't know. I let him have his freedoms. And he's a great kid. He's awesome. And so he has yet to, what do I want to say, babe? What is the abuse those freedoms. So that's, as a parent, that's just what I do.
That's awesome. Last question. Any more? Awesome. Well, I want to be respectful of your time, and I know everyone's anxious to see the rest of the day and then head over to the park. So thank you so much for listening. You guys are a great audience, and I hope to see you online.